That's what happens when cats get back there. They unplug filters.
Oh.
So that tank's going to look great. All right, got a couple of things going on in the fish room today. The first thing is with this tank, these Oscars, Bikers, and Severums, they refuse to stop pooping all over the place. I've tried my best to train them properly, but they won't listen. They're pooping everywhere. I have a solution that might help me out a little bit with that. Maybe make it look a little bit better between maintenance. So the second thing is going to be with this 125 back here. There's two filters on there right now. There's an Emperor 400. Remember those? Very, very old. I bought that filter 10 years ago, used. So this thing is super old. It's making all kinds of noise and it's run its course. So I want to replace that. The other filter on there is a Tidal 55, which of course is running absolutely perfectly. So we don't need to worry about that. But John, what about that Discus tank? Is something new going on in there? Yes, there is something different going on in there, and I have just the person to tell you all about it.
All right. I did something a little different in this tank. I have not done it with Discus before, but it's worked out really well with my alien sorority. So I collected leaves from my yard that we have like an overabundance of. I've even sent some to friends. I have magnolia leaves, sycamore leaves, and I stuck them in here, and it's just, I think it's turned out really nice. I have some plants that I got from Tropica, and they just kind of fit perfectly in here. The wood, I already had it because I've always done my scape with the Discus with the wood and the river rock and the sand to keep it very simple, so that I'm focusing only on the water, taking care of the water, and making my Discus happy. And one more thing, I have 24 more rummy nose that I'm adding in here. They've been in quarantine for 3 months, and I'm really excited to put them in here because between them and the red in the Discus popping because of the leaves, this tank is going to be fabulous.
So how am I going to resolve these issues? Well, the one with the 125, that's pretty simple. I'm going to replace that filter. This one here, I'm going to add some filtration to it, and they're both from the same manufacturer. So when I talk about these products that I'm going to show you today, I have to explain, Lisa and I are very lucky because we have our website. We get manufacturers that reach out to us all the time, and they say, hey, we want you to carry our products on our website, on your website. And I'm like, well, I don't do that. I don't just pick it up. I want to use it. I want to be familiar with it. I want to see what's going on with it and try it out for a while. And then if I like it, we'll bring it on and we'll go from there. If it's going to be valuable for our customers, we'll bring it in. So when I was in Dallas, or no, it was Chicago, but actually every single aqua show I've ever been to, the folks from CJ were all over me. They were saying, hey, listen, you did videos about the sharks. Everybody's buying them up like crazy. We want to do the same thing with canister filters. We want you to carry our canister filters. And I said, well, guess what? I've never used them. I've had two in my possession for a couple of years now, and I just haven't cracked the boxes and used them. I've first world problems, I know. But I haven't used them yet. If I'm going to use them, I need you to send me every single one. Not expecting them to actually do it, but they did. They sent me all of these. So what I'm going to do is open these up very, very briefly. I'm just going to do a real quick kind of first impressions type thing, unbox them, put them on these two tanks, and then later on do a follow-up video if I choose to put these on the website and carry them in our inventory. So you'll know that I've been using these things for a while and I like them. They work for me, so I think they'll work for you. I forgot to mention, next week's video is going to be taking two more of these filters and using them on other projects that we've got going on in here. Those are going to be exciting, so you're going to want to make sure that you subscribe for that. But like I said, with these, I'm not doing like a full review or analysis of this. It's basically going to be the install and setup and first impressions. The actual opinions about these products will come in the follow-up video that I do sometime. I don't know. Depends. I mean, if I'm blown away with these pretty quickly, then it might be pretty fast, or it could be a while. They might have to grow on me. Here is everything that comes in the box, all so delicately displayed here for you. Now, let me explain something to you. When I get new stuff, I'm weird. I like to just go at it. I don't like to look at instructions. I just like to play around with it myself, figure it all out as I go. So that helps me determine how easy it's going to be for customers if they buy this product, or anybody. Even if it's a product that I don't carry, it's going to give you a good idea of whether or not it's going to be something that's easy for you to set up. If I can do it without ever referring to instructions or anything like that, then I feel like it's going to be pretty easy for the customers too. So you're not going to see me referring to instructions and reading out all kinds of fancy numbers and all of that, because I don't care about that right now. What I care about is getting these things out of the boxes, getting them set up, and letting them run. And then I'll figure everything else out later.
I thought you weren't going to read the instructions.
Well, I don't know what these little pieces right here are for. So I'm not looking at it like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to find out what those little things are. And then we'll get right back into playing around with it. I don't know. It's very clear pictures and stuff in here. And it's written in 86 different languages. So I don't know. I don't know what these things are. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out at some point.
Do you want me to put it together for you? And
You
you
might
just
need
do the
to.
video?
You might need to. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what these are. But anyway, everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Some things that I've done many, many times. This little guy has some rubber feet that go on the bottom.
That's a good place to start.
Yeah. I mean, if it's full of water, it would be rather difficult to do this part. So yeah, that's easy enough. And I like that because now it sits on rubber and it'll make it a little quieter. So I guess we ought to open this up. This is the Whale, by the way. This is the Whale 500 from Seche. All right. One thing I know about canisters, the tops are always a lot easier to get off when they are full of water because the water weighs the filter down. But that's quite easy. Oh, look what I found. Look, it's this. It's right there. So they're like little handles for the trays.
Oh, is it extra?
I guess so. Yeah. So we have, yeah, and they're really necessary too, because it's hard to get these out without them. So we have the biomedia, two different types of biomedia. I don't know what this is, but I'm going to put it in there because what I always do with these kind of things is everything that's in the box, I use that when I set these things up. So you've got a bag of carbon there, nice good size bag, a bag of Rice Krispies, and the little ceramic thingamabobbers, biomedia. I'm going to make this easier. All right. Polishing pads, very nice. So 2 levels of sponges, that's nice. You got your coarse sponges and then the more fine sponges. But you know what, while I have this out, I am going to stick these on here.
That reminds me of the Title ones.
Title, oh, the blue?
Yeah.
Well, you know who made the Title filters, right?
Yeah.
So that would make sense. It is the exact same color blue as the Titles. So that's cool. All right, so now we've got this stuff figured out here. These little handles make a lot of sense. They had one on the top one. I'm not sure why they didn't just put them all in the factory, but one thing I know is that with Seche, these are all handmade. So every second that somebody has to be putting something together by hand is more cost to the end user. So that's probably why they do that, is to save 12 cents or whatever. Let me go rinse this out. So I just rinsed these out at the sink. It's just to get the loose debris and all that stuff out of it. And I'm just going to plop these. I guess you can put them both in one tray. Might be a little too overfilled. No, maybe not. There we go. I suppose it could go in that one, but it's not necessary. So yeah, there we go. The way that the water works in these, when it comes in through the pump in the top of the lid, it goes down the side. And you'll see it follows this channel all the way down and then comes in from the bottom. So we want the sponges to be at the bottom. And then I don't really think that it matters as far as like an order for the biomedia. Just goes in there whichever way you want it. And there is still room in here if you wanted to put in like an additional sponge or something like that. I really, really like this lid. It's very simple. Is that locked in? Yeah. It doesn't feel like it. There we go. You don't have to unscrew a bunch of stuff. Good job, John. All right. See, like I said, I don't go over anything. Okay, so this dummy right here, you're watching this video because you want to know my opinion. When you do these clips right, they're fantastic. I was doing it backwards, but anyway, that's what happens when you just open up the box and play around with it. So this would be the flow control here, and this would be what? No. This is the primer. That's very satisfying. And then this is the flow control here. So this guy is going to go on here with the input thingy. I don't have technical terms for all this stuff. I call them thingies and thangs and gizmos. There we go. That's cute. The hose.
That's a really long hose.
Where's the Michael Scott clip when you need it?
That's what she said?
That's what she said.
So, if you've never done these kind of things before, and first of all, my wife has a sick imagination.
Where did I learn that from?
These fasten up on top of there. I'm doing this on camera, and I probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna see that really hurt. That takes a lot of pressure to be able to do that. So this is not the kind of thing where your cat is gonna go behind it and disconnect these like mine did with the filter or the plug for the goldfish tank. This is actually really easy. Usually you have to thread these kind of things. I like this. I've never seen this kind of thing before. Put it on there, pop. That's done. Look what I did. That was from, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this is how I install canister filters. I hook one end to each end of the hose, and then I determine the length once everything's installed. So you get
And
this.
if you don't want to get hurt, you follow directions.
That didn't happen because I didn't follow directions. That happened because I was trying to make a point. These are going to fit over the trim. Oh yeah, it will. This trim on Custom Aquariums tanks is really thick. It's like 1.25 inches thick, where in your tank at home, if you bought just a regular 55 gallon or something like that, or even this tank here, it's a lot thinner. So I was not expecting the connectors to go over that, but it did. It cleared it, no problem. So pretty happy about that. Okay, full disclosure. There is a right way and a wrong way to cut these hoses. You want them as short as possible without being kinked or anything like that. But for testing purposes, whenever I get canister filters, if I'm doing reviews on them or I'm testing them out, I just cut them right down the middle, 50-50. And that's going to be it. Let's do this the smart way, John. Let's pop this off. Oh, hey, that's a pretty cool feature. Yeah, it is. The quick connect or quick disconnect, it's actually really easy. You don't have to twist any knobs or anything like that. Seat it in there, boom, it's done. I like that a lot. Well done, CJ. One of the hassles with canister filters, a lot of them, is getting them primed. We'll see. We're going to put this to the test now. See how easy this is for these. All right, come on, girl. That was not the filter's fault. That was this dummy's fault. It's filling up strong now. I hear that flowing down in there.
Why did it make that noise?
Because it was dry.
Because you didn't have water in it?
Yep. It's full now, though.
It sounds good.
I'd like to reiterate, that was not the filter's fault. That was my fault. But this is how I do things. This is how I learn. Now, I'm never going to forget to do that again. I'm hard-headed, but yeah, she is absolutely silent now. It's difficult to know for sure because the sump over here makes so much noise. But, whew, yeah, she's quiet.
Sorry, CJ. I told him to use the instructions. I did. He does this all the time.
We're going to do the whole video this way now?
No, I just want to know if you want me to do this one since I read instructions.
I don't want this video to be 4 hours long if you're going to read instructions.
Well, I learned from your mistake from the last time, so I can probably do it.
All right, Hotshot, do it.
Oh, well, this is my first unboxing, putting together a filter. This ought to be interesting. Let's see. I'll do what John did. I'm going to take everything out. Stupid.
She's so much slower than me. She just takes her time.
It's so adorable.
So this is the Space Echo 300.
Yes.
It is meant to accommodate up to an 80-gallon aquarium. Now, John, you're putting it on a 125. That's not enough. That's true, but we have 2 filters on there. So, you know, a 75-gallon, I don't think I've ever seen an 80-gallon tank, but a 75-gallon, you'd be perfectly fine with this. But we tend to do overkill for filtration, especially when we get companies sending them to us for free and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's why we're doing it that way. If I was going to do 1 filter and 1 filter only, and I was going to use a canister filter for the 125, I would have put that whale that we just put in that tank. That's what I would have put on there. But this, along with the tidal filter, is going to be perfectly fine. So the stuff looks almost the same. It's the same stuff. That's cool.
That is cool.
Now, one thing I do know about this filter, it comes with 2 of these tubes, and that's so that you can drop the output. You can have the input low and the output low if you want to use this on a turtle tank or something that is not filled all the way up to the top. So if you look at Lisa's 75 over there where the water's like 4 inches low, she does that intentionally. And with this filter, we could cut this tube here and use it to drop that input down so that it's at the top of the water line and not making a whole bunch of noise.
I don't even know how to get the lid off.
It's really tight because it's got a real tight seal on it.
Oh, so
Yeah, there you go. Atta girl.
Wow. It's my first time doing this, so bear with me.
I could make such an inappropriate joke right
I'm
now.
at least looking at the instructions, so.
That's what losers do.
Aw, this is so adorable. But the first thing I want to do is put it upside down and put the cute little rubber feet on it like you did. All right, so I've got this cute thing here that goes in there.
They're twisty.
And-
Twist them up.
Oh, now I'm breaking that. Oh, well, I've never opened up a canister filter. I've been in fish keeping for how many years? 12, and I've never opened a canister filter up. You've always done this stuff.
Yeah.
But this is super cute and it works really well. It's just like the one from the title, like I said, and it's just like the one from the whale. And the polishing pad, awesome. And then turn it, open it up, and then you've got, oh, this is the polishing pad. What am I talking about? And then you've got the cute little biomedia stuff that's, you know, there
And
for a
all
reason.
of this comes with it too. This is all what's included. So
And then you got your carbon. Okay, I got it. I got it. So, all right, I'm gonna put it all back together. I rinsed this really good, so it's gonna be perfectly splendid.
blue on the bottom, blue on the bottom.
I know that.
But you were
Jeez.
doing it wrong.
I know.
All the time reading the instructions has really paid off for you. I'm glad you did that.
Stop. You're like putting me on the spot. I've never.
I didn't ask you to do this.
I didn't expect that I was really gonna do this like on a video. So
I thought I was going to be doing both of them. So
yeah. Okay, so it's easy to put back together and everything. So that's great.
now the carbon, 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 carbon.
I'm
There you
just
go.
gonna put it.
Well, that's how it was in the box. That's why I'm saying.
All right, all right. Well, I wasn't gonna put it in that spot, but you're right. Let's just double check.
Oh, for crying out loud.
It's so much easier than it looks. I just have to remember that you twisty turn, righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, you get the point.
The hand that makes the L is left.
Righty tighty. It's nice and
I can
tight.
already tell you what I like about this one better than the whale is that those lift out all in one piece. I
Yeah.
like that.
And it's actually a much simpler thing to put together than I'm making it out to be because, well, like I said, it's the first time I've ever put one together. So that ought to tell you something.
First time I did it, it wasn't that hard.
Shut up. Oh, my gosh.
This one you have to line up since it's not square, so you got to make sure it lines up with the clips.
I mean, I kind of figured that.
I'm just trying to help you out here so you don't continue to look like a dummy on YouTube,
Hey.
especially after I made myself look like such a dummy.
Okay, so that and then.
Beautiful.
Hey, I think I did that better than you did on yours.
All right, now handle this
All right,
hose.
That's what she said.
Oops.
So I think what I'm going to do differently than what you did is cut it now instead of after. Oh my goodness. Ah, phew, I did it.
Again, like I said with mine, you will want to cut these hoses appropriately. Now, the reason why I don't do that is because, for one, it's for testing, but also I might want to move this to a different tank. If, you know, I really like these and I want to put them on something permanently, it might be different from what I have them installed on now. So that's why I leave them as long as possible to, you know, be able to use them later on down the road. So that explains that.
I didn't do a really good clear cut either, but it's on there. I mean,
Well, if you could do all of this yourself and you could make clean cuts and you
that
could
gives you
tighten everything that much, then what would you ever need men for?
Way to go, CJ. This is the one that sucks it in.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
So it's going to be the in.
Are you going to connect it now before you put it on the tank?
Well, I guess not. I was just practicing that this is going to be where it goes.
Okay, you forgot to put.
I was practicing, you know, trying to figure out where I was going to put it. So there, so.
By the way, CJ just called. They would like this installed at some point this year, just so you know.
Okay. All right.
Crying out loud. People don't have all day to watch this video.
All right. I was practicing. Priming the filter, it says to make sure you fill it with water. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I'm not a dummy.
Well, that went well.
Water everywhere all the time. I'm gonna leave it right there. On. I'm so short. Oh. This is the outing.
That's the in.
I meant that. I meant the end. Yeah, everything goes up through there. I know that. I got it. See, I did it.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
You just gotta put a little bit of elbow into it. There, that was simple. Now that I know how to just go straight down with it and not twist it, it just went pop right in. It was easy peasy. All right, now we need to prime it. Cute. I've got really wide hips.
And they don't lie.
Seriously. I did find, look, one available. Oh my gosh, it's not going. First time I've ever put together a canister filter. That was fun.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
Got a lot of air bubbles in there, but it's going to purge all that air out. So those will go away.
That was fun, and I'm sorry I took over the video by suggesting doing that, because you know me, I've never been a canister filter person. You've always been the one that's done everything with those, putting them together and cleaning them and everything. I'm the hang on the back and sponge filter kind of person. So this was actually a lot of fun to do it, and I can say that I would do much better putting together another one if like that was just a practice thing for me to do, because I messed up a little bit here and there, but it's real life, and there you go. But it's really not hard to do it. It's actually a lot easier than I made it out to be. But
Mine went together flawlessly. I didn't have any problems at all. It was great.
oh,
No issues at all, except for almost blowing up the pump. But anyway, this was a lot of fun. This was not expected. I was
I
so
didn't make noise when I plugged it in.
I know, because you did it right. I thought I was going to be doing both of these, and I'm so glad that she took over and did the second one. That was a lot of fun. You did a great job. We're gonna.
See, women, you can do it too.
That's true. I mean, hey, listen, if she can do it, anybody can do it. So, that didn't. It wasn't supposed to come out that way. I didn't mean that. Okay, cut. Okay, so yeah, let's forget that last part even happened. But listen, we're gonna let these things run for probably a few weeks to a month, and we're gonna see what happens with them, and then we're gonna determine whether or not we want to carry these on our website, or maybe one and not the other, maybe both, maybe neither one.
See,
I think we're going to get one of them. I mean, yeah, they're really nice. They're super quiet, especially when you do it right. And yeah, I'm excited to see what the results are, see how it helps.
already better.
Yeah, they both look great. And, you know, I'm kind of putting the whale onto a hopeless cause there. I mean, I don't know how that's going to fix the problem, but we'll at least be able to see how the filter runs and how efficient it is. And we'll see what it does. And if we
See
like them, we'll pick them
How
up.
much it can handle, because if it can handle them,
Oh, geez.
then yeah, it's definitely a winner.
So be on the lookout for a follow-up video on these. It'll probably be one of our Sunday videos, and we will talk about the filters in more depth, talk about all the numbers and all the boring stuff. And, you know, we'll tell you whether or not we've chosen to pick them up on our website. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. And I usually just say bye, but I'll let you say it this time.